Welcome to Stick to Rugby, brought to you by Defender. Another great episode happening today. Phil, you're back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Short on numbers again.
Oh no!
I actually heard you were in town delivering chocolates anonymously all night.
Thank you very much.
Not everybody can pull off a turtleneck.
Well, I don't know that I can, but I'm doing
you
it.
do.
No, I think you do.
You look,
Thank you.
You look
Elegant,
marvellous.
elegant.
Abseiling down like SAS style.
At least I got my hair. Shanks.
I thought you were talking to me then. I was like, oh, I love you.
We've got a great episode today because one of Phil's old teammates and a player that we played against, Scott, is on the show.
I still got the bruises from Serge.
So's he.
Miss your Serge Betsen.
Yeah.
Sure.
What a legend.
Oh, he's a legend.
He's well hard.
Yeah.
well hard, the most difficult human being ever to play against.
Oh, totally.
But the most wonderful man to play with.
I think he's the only man that has got three shoulders. Because he hit you with one, he hit you with the other, and somewhere this third shoulder came and wrapped you up and just smashed you into the ground.
Oh, he didn't care about his body, did he?
No.
That was a scary thing about him, because he was an awesome player, but he had no disregard for his body whatsoever.
And he had an engine. He had an engine like a defender.
Didn't stop. Oh.
Yeah! See what I did there?
Someone wants the second series.
Oh, twin turbo, take you anywhere.
Did you play in the game, Phil, when he monitored poor Jonny Wilkinson?
Well, yeah.
So why didn't you help Johnny out then?
Yeah.
Well, for the very reasons that we were just talking about. But it's interesting when people would say, who's the hardest player you play against? So I don't think about hard as being, people think hard as being like dirty or fighting. But hard for me is Serge Betsen, just relentless. Not a dirty player, just relentless.
Yeah.
Hurt you, but in the right ways, never give up, doesn't stop. And it's just incredible to play against. But I was so lucky at Wasps to have him to play with.
Yeah.
And
Trevor Leota.
Yeah, Trevor was...
You had two of them.
Well, Trevor was a different level. I've been on both sides of that with him. But just a good guy.
But he wasn't a big guy either, was he, Phil?
No.
I want to ask him what he used to say to me, because he used to tackle me on the floor and then say something in French. I thought, he's probably going, hello, Mr. Quinnell, how are you?
I love you.
I probably wasn't saying that at all.
Who would have been your worst or best roommate when you were either on tour or living with?
Well, I think your worst is your best, isn't it? So for me, it was Trev Woodman, because we actually lived together and we roomed together occasionally. So it's like two front row forwards, very similar.
Married couple, were you?
Very similar appetites, like the same things, both really grumpy. Keep things
Sounds
very
delightful.
simple. Well,
Imagine the noises coming from that room, it'd be like a
And the
zoo.
smell.
Everyone used to moan about us, or they moan about the front row fours or whatever it is. But it's funny how our room always got frequented if someone needed a bit of chocolate or a sweetie.
Yeah, all looking after.
Yeah.
Which one of you thought you were hard done by? You probably both thought you were hard done by sharing together, didn't you?
Trev, probably. But that's it when you got the history. But just good fun, good memories. But I mean, rooming was so different from the beginning of career to the end, isn't it? Like when I started out being a roomie, you were just a servant.
Yeah.
It was carry bags, don't speak, cups
Character
of tea.
building.
Yeah, and you had to
yeah.
find everything out, what time anything was going on, where they had to be, make sure they got the correct kit. You just never stopped. You were just a servant to your...
Sounds like Downton Abbey. But
Yeah, it was a little bit like that.
Brilliant.
I remember
Brilliant.
silly things like on the bus. That halfway back you get the coffee sort of making sort of thing. And your job then on the bus was you get demands from the back seat. So chicken soup or whatever it was, or a cup of tea. And there was one guy at Gloucester particularly.
Did you have a kitchen on your bus?
Yeah, there's like a little mini kitchen thing.
Good God, how the other half live, Shanks.
I know, but it was above the toilet. We had
a double decker. We weren't allowed upstairs.
I think he's just got a kettle, mate.
But he'd make demands on you, like, I need a cup of tea. So you make the cup of tea, take it back. If you put any sugar in it, well, you didn't ask for sugar. No, I have one sugar. So you go back, put sugar in it, take it back. Which way do you stir it? I stirred it clockwise, anti-clockwise stir. Take it back, stir it the other way. You've made bubbles in it. Got bubbles in it. What do you mean you got bubbles in it? I don't like tea with bubbles in it.
Oh, I'll make bubbles out.
Oh, it would just be relentless. It didn't matter what you did or how you went about it. It was just relentless. all the
Presumably.
time.
So did you turn into that person then at the end?
Probably.
Well, that was my question to you, Katy.
You were skipper, so what demands did you make to the
Yeah,
team?
but I started off as a lowly apprentice. I used to have to be the toast monitor, teas and coffees, don't speak until you've got 10 caps. I feel like by the time I got there, I'd earned my stripes, And then the game changed. And it wasn't allowed.
Then it went
and everybody,
professional.
and then everybody needed to be equal.
You have to fight your way onto the back seat.
Literally,
wouldn't you?
yeah. Don't go past the middle of the bus unless you're 50 capper. And now we've just got to let everybody be themselves.
Right, we've got another one here. If you could go back in time and relive a moment, well, would you rather do that, or would you rather go into the future and see what's to come?
For me, it's a combination of a few. Like the first time you represent your school, your club, then your county. For me, playing for Cornwall at age group level was amazing, and probably one of the most special moments for me was stood on the field at Pontypridd, and it was England under-16s versus Wales. Bear in mind, I'm the big fat Cornish farmer's son, playing for England schools, which didn't happen because you had to be posh. I remember being there with my mum and my uncle and thinking, wow, I just played for England. That was an amazing. We got absolutely pumped by the Welsh, as we always did in the age group. But that was a real special moment. But then that gets not surpassed, but I'm lucky to have obviously gone on and done bigger things, but they all still mean the same. Nothing means more, just a bigger occasion. And obviously, 2003, goodness me, that's one which will sit in the memory bank, forevermore. So,
Come to think of it, I'd go back to 2003 and tell Australia, fucking bucket ideas up. He's going to dub me.
I love you too.
Matt Dawson's going to make a break. And Johnny's going to do it off his wrong foot.
Biarritz lost in the final. I cried. I wanted to say I'm going to get a revenge of my team. And that's where the dream starts. You arrive in Biarritz, surf, the beach. You have to make your mind. Do you come to enjoy life or do you come to do rugby?
Can you not do? I remember you targeting Jonny Wilkinson's ankles.
Don't talk to me about that, please.
Angry?
I'm not angry at all.
You sound it. Your voice has changed.
Phil, what did you make of it when you found out that the legend was coming to Wasps?
You talk about all these fancy shit, right? You want people like that in your team.
My dream was to win the World Cup. Unfortunately, this guy just ruined my dream.
Getting to two semi-finals is really good, though.
Don't patronise our guest.
We lost the game, and Bernard Laporte says Serge Betsen never play again for France.
Serge, welcome to Stick to Rugby.
Yeah,
Great to
thank
have
you.
you on the show. Now, we normally get a local delicacy made by one of the team here, but yet again, we've all failed because we don't have the time. So help yourself to these madeleines.
Ooh, lovely.
We're going to try them now.
You are
Thank you.
literally the only gentleman left. No offence to Serge.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would have, but I'd pass it across the camera shop.
Okay.
It's you, Scott, who made it.
That's good.
No.
No?
Last shop.
Serge, to warm you up before we get into it, we've got a little quiz for you, and it's called Teammates.
Yes.
So,
You ready?
Yeah, you've got to choose a former player for one of these activities that I'm going to list that would join you. So, who would you want to survive on a desert island with?
Most of the time, it will be a forwards player.
Of course.
Why? Because they're also very good mates, but also good people in general. So I will say
Not the backs.
Not the backs.
the backs are a little bit
Selfish?
Wet.
selfish sometimes, but
Warm.
not you, Tom.
No, I was more of a hybrid, wasn't I?
Yeah.
But anyway, who?
So then I
would it be?
will pick a front row.
Right, who would be your doubles partner at Roland Garros?
I think I will take Dimitriashvili. Because I know him since a long time and playing for Biarritz, and he used to like tennis. Oh man! Also, Damien Traille used to be a good tennis player as well. Maybe Damien Traille.
Nice and
definitely.
tall, athletic, wasn't he?
He
Lucky,
used
yeah.
to play tennis a lot when he was younger, before he moved to rugby, so maybe I will take him.
Cooking a 3-course meal.
I will say maybe Damien Penaud.
Yes.
None taken.
Now we're talking.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
What about singing? So who would join you in a karaoke? Who's got a good voice?
Oh my goodness. I will say Pascal Ondars.
Yes.
Pascal Ondars, he used to be, I don't know if you heard about him, he used to be prop for France. He played for Biarritz for certain times. And he used to sing a lot bass songs.
Oh, right.
Because when I grew up, I grew up in Paris and I moved to Biarritz when I was 17 years old. And when I joined the club, he was the one who were running the clubhouse in Biarritz. And he used to sing a lot. So Pascal Ondars would be the one.
He used to have the restaurant, didn't he, down the front in Biarritz? Because we used to go there for food.
The following years after, definitely
Yeah.
Biarritz, yeah.
Okay, who would be a marathon training partner? So someone that would be ultra fit.
Stéphane Viars used to run a marathon after he finished playing. So I think I will pick him in my team.
Okay.
And yeah.
And who would be then, this is the last one, who would be a co-pilot in a car? Or a co-driver, I should say.
Co-driver in the car.
This is where you need a bat.
So then, yeah, I think Dimitriashvili.
See?
But
Good one.
also because I think he's an ambassador for this
Land Rover.
Well done.
But like I said earlier,
He'd
he's
be
a
a
very, very good mate of mine. I welcomed him when he joined Biarritz a long time ago, and a very good friend.
The next section is much easier because it's all about you. Were you always a sporty kid when you growing up?
Yeah, I was sporty. I used to play football a lot and do other things, running. But I wasn't at the club, but at the school, I used to play a lot of different sports.
Who's your football team then? Was it Paris Saint-Germain?
Actually, it was Marseille.
Marseille?
Yeah, at the time with Bernard Tapie, we used to run the clubs. Marseille won actually the Champions League with Basile Boli. He used to be defender for France as well. And yeah, I think Marseille was my team.
Did you play rugby at school?
Actually, there is no rugby at the school in France. I always get that confusion coming to UK because you guys play at the school, and in France is at the club where most of the rugby are being played. So
Is that still like that? Not
yeah,
like that today?
it never changed. And yeah, I started playing rugby. Actually, I always say that story, but it was really straightforward because I was born in Cameroon. My mum left when I was 5, and I joined afterwards when I was 9. And 3 years later, at the age of 12, I discovered rugby in Paris. And the guy who asked me to come, I was playing football at the town city center park, and the guy said to me, "You want to play rugby?" I say, "Yes, why not?" He say, "Meet next week on 3 o'clock." and I arrived on time, and introduced me to the team I was playing for, and his sister was on the team. And because she was better experienced, and she get me on, and the first session was tackling. She teach me how to tackle, so that's where the starting point was. So
And you never stopped?
I never stopped, and few months after I realized that his father was the president of the club. So
wow.
His brother introduced me to rugby, she introduced me to tackling. The whole family get me into rugby. So
Wow.
I was really intrigued of tackling, and so tackling started being something I really love doing. So yeah, this is a little bit the story.
Wow. And then, so what club was that?
Clichy-la-Garenne, which is near Place de Clichy, Pigalle. It's nearby, like 15 minutes far.
And then did you stay there for a long time, or then when, like, how did your journey go?
Actually, after that, I really fall in love of rugby. My first injury, I was crying, not playing with my teammates. So that showed the strength or the resilience. And from that, I went to Biarritz. So I went there at age of 17, and I stayed there for 17 years afterwards.
So Serge, talk us through your move from Paris when you were 17 to Biarritz. How did that move come about?
But listen, I was really looking to improve my skills in rugby, and my best friend was in the sport études, like I said, in Paris region. And he was coming to the club on Wednesday, talking to me about his experience, and I wanted to do like him. And I couldn't go to that school because my grade wasn't great, but also what I was doing at the school couldn't fit with the program in Paris. So that's why I decided to go to Bayonne, which is literally rivalry between Biarritz and Bayonne, and I signed in Biarritz.
So nothing to do with the sun?
Listen, at 17 years old, when you leave Paris, you go to Biarritz. Actually, it was on the summer, July. That was life-changing. Life-changing. You arrive in Biarritz, surf, the beach, Fête de Bayonne, which is an amazing festival. And as age of 17, you have to make your mind. Do you come to surfing? Do you come to enjoy life? Or do you come to do rugby? So I made the decision.
Can you not do both? I'd find a way to do both.
Who's this tackling surfer down the beach? Every time somebody comes in, he smashes them off the board.
So then it was something very, very difficult for me to handle.
Did you go on your own?
Yes, of course. I left my mom, my siblings, and my best friends, and I have to make a decision. So then, because I have to say, rugby make me discover who I want to be. I want to be part of the team. I want to get friends around the park, and that was for me a very important discovery, really. And that's for me was something I never stop talking about because playing for a team.
But does the bit about discovering yourself and wanting to be part of a team, does that come from something further back in childhood that you didn't have, or?
But maybe because I grew up with my grandma when my mom left to France. I didn't grow up with my dad at all, and at some point I'm the youngest of 7. So So I was always on my own,
forgotten about,
kind of, and I was doing my thing. So I think in a way I wanted to be being known, or I want to be surrounding with people, and that's what. When I discovered rugby, this is what I want to do. It's about being outside, not in the office and doing stuff, but running. And that is what it's about when you're younger, playing games. And yeah.
Apart from the sun, sea, sand in Biarritz, was there a massive element of professionalism?
Yeah.
A big focus on training, on skills, on professional sport.
When I joined Biarritz in 1991, 92.
Still amateur?
Still amateur, but they were in Premier Division. The first team was playing in Premier Division. Yeah. So I was lucky that season, the Biarritz achieved the final of the Premiership in Parc des Princes. They were playing final Biarritz against Toulon. That was a generation of Califano, Yann Deleg, etc. And the thing is, I took my mom to the final. I wasn't playing, so I was like in academy. Yeah. So I went there. I saw all the way the semi-final, the quarter-final, etc. And Biarritz lost in the final. I cried. I wanted to say I'm going to get a revenge of my team in the future. So that was the starting of the dream, saying, I want this, I want to win this trophy. And that's where the dream starts. And it's very emotional to say, I dream of this, and you make it happen. It's something incredible what sports bring to people. And to be able to say, I want this, and I was lucky enough to stay 17 years in Biarritz, and we managed to win it 3 times. Yeah. And that is for me, something very exceptional.
There was a lot of losses. There was the times you got to finals, you didn't win finals and everything.
No. We didn't reach any quarterfinal at all for 10 years.
For 10 years?
Yeah.
Because I remember a period.
That was long.
Yeah,
it was very long.
But then there was a period where there was expectation on you, wasn't there?
Yeah,
definitely. The side was incredible. Yeah, you know what I mean, I used to go down. We used to go down, and we used to watch you play in Europe and everything. And it was. Did you feel that expectation being down in the sun? What was it like to win that first one?
But listen, that was something very special again, because it was 2002, which was a great year for me, France Rugby, because we won the first Six Nations Grand Slam, and following month after.
I dropped the ball over the line.
Yeah. And no,
that's the same year.
No,
oh my God.
You didn't drop the ball. I tried to put my hand.
I'm still in therapy.
Yeah, that was.
I told you, didn't I?
Wow, you were
2002 was something. Sorry.
Yeah.
To remind you that, but because when we talk 2003, you're going to starting hitting my face and so it was great to be able to go from Biarritz and have that experience and grow through that rugby experience, and that was literally what drove me.
What was your favourite period in Biarritz, with maybe not with the results, but with your team and your teammates and the people around you?
It's funny because I realized we were successful after, let's say, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. And that period for me showed that I welcome, because I was the oldest player from the clubs, I welcome most of the guys to the club. And that was for me something very important to me, because I never feel challenged by the coaches, either by the administration.
Can I ask you, how did you welcome them? Because there's initiations that happen. Bonjour.
You got me again.
You know, there's initiations that go on in rugby clubs, in the UK. Do you have anything special to welcome these new players?
You know what? Actually, when I was 17 and I joined the school in Bayonne, when you enter to the school sport études, there is a lot of challenges. The oldest player would do some silly things. That year, 1992, starting being the downside of what people know now about your challenges when you're new to school. They used to nasty things, very nasty things. So I'm not going to say much about that, but it was very crazy. But overall, welcome the players in Biarritz was very simple, very enjoyable. I think to sing a song or to talk to us about story, not really silly things. Like I remember coming to Wasps.
Oh, come on!
Oh my goodness!
This is what we want.
That was different. We had a very very tough moment. Walking around the city, every single pub to drink a pint of Guinness. That was crazy. To compare to Biarritz, we are not that tough.
In London.
It's
So you moved to Wasps in 2008 after your time in Biarritz. How did that move come about? Were you desperate to, or did you want to try another country?
Listen, that's to get it very short. I was lucky to dream of going from France or from Biarritz to London, because my dream was to win the World Cup. Unfortunately, 2 times this guy just ruined my dreams in semi-finals to 2003, 2007, and
Getting to 2 semi-finals is really good, though.
Don't patronise our guest.
I mean, we need to practice your tone.
Don't patronise our guest. You're in our
You're fighting.
You come over here. It's nice. It's nice to have a non-World Cup winner that we can beat the shit out of you with as well.
It was a frustrating moment for me, and it's funny because there is some episode where someone called me saying, "Do you want to go to play in England?" And I say, "Well, yes, why not?" But I never ever wanted to come to the UK at all because of the rivalry. It's just crazy.
So when you're in Biarritz, you're surfing. You got your sun. You got your sun cream on. You got your little cold half a lager.
American baguette with meat and chips.
It's amazing. And then you turn up in Wasps.
Yeah, definitely. Why? You know why? Because I had enough of sun. I didn't want any more. So
I'm from Wales. You could never have enough sun.
So I want to do something different. But you know what? I had Rafael Ibanez, who was with Phil and the team, and I called Raf and say, "Listen, I'm maybe going to sign in Bristol actually," and he said, "No, come to Wasps," and that was literally really simple stuff, but it was something life-changing in what I was thinking, what rugby is about, and to join another team like Wasps, and we talk a lot about values. Yeah. We talk a lot about respect. We talk a lot about those type of things, and I think, we were
lucky, weren't we?
We were lucky, but I play against him, national team, and we smash each other for such a long time, and we respect each other. That for me is something, it's you cannot describe how deeply it is about, and that's what rugby is about for me.
Yeah, Phil, what did you make of it when you found out that the legend was coming to Wasps?
Well, I was really excited because obviously he's older as well, and when I went to Wasps, being older and coming off the back of a lot of injuries coming from Gloucester.
Not such a culture shock coming from Gloucester to Wasps,
well,
though, is it?
I think the culture shock was more around actually just the expectations of the club and what was expected of you. And I thought I was so excited for Serge to come, because I don't think I've ever played against anybody who you've had to talk about so much. That's not either a Dan Carter or a back that does really amazing things, because he was just an absolute bloody nuisance to play against. And just when you think you've got rid of it or dealt with it, it just keeps coming back. Never used to say a huge amount, never used to shout and scream like all this roaring stuff going on there. Just boom, boom, boom. And so he had my respect before he'd even arrived. And then when he arrived, he used to make me laugh because he's quite serious and like everything he does. And we used to do a lot of the SAQ stuff, warm-ups and doing different drills with the ladders and nothing serious, but just often in warm-ups. They hadn't obviously done a lot of this at Biarritz, and it was like watching a 9-year-old child doing drills.
Ladders.
He's caught in the ladders.
He just hadn't got a clue. But the lovely thing is he kept going. Learning after training, still learning new things, practicing, and it was just amazing to watch this guy who is, coming to the end of his career, still wanting to improve. He's here for the right reasons, and to play with him, when people talk about people you want to play with, and you talk about all these superstars and all these names and all this fancy shit, right? You want people like that in your team. Because it doesn't matter whether you are home, away, rain, shine, dark, dingy, that turns up every single game.
Get the first tackle in, even if it's late.
Relentless.
There was one.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you very much. Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
That for me, it's about how to adapt yourself into a new culture, new environment, and I think I've learned a lot. Watching Phil after the session or before the session, before rugby session in the gym, I have to say I never saw people like him being so professional. So that the mentality in sport in the UK in general, whether it's Wales or Ireland or whatever, it's so special. People are very, very, very clinical, very professional to compare to when I was in Biarritz. It's about the culture of sport, and I love that, and that is what I really wanted to see every day, and I have that at Wasps with the group of people like Phil or.
You have to adapt how you played, or training or anything like that.
I was so frustrated, man. I was so frustrated, in the way of here it's about how to keep the ball alive. Where in France, if you're 2-on-1, you need to pass it and you score tries. I always was frustrating to see they're 2-on-1, pass the ball. No, it's about keeping the ball alive. If it's a risk 50-50, keep it. And myself, I was just seeing and that was something I've learned to say, okay, here is about hitting the rocks. Oh my goodness, that was tough, man. And those type of things was the differentiation between the culture in sport here and in France. And I always feel like there's something we never ever going to be doing here in the UK. And in France, it's the reverse. So both culture for me, I always feel like when I do a lot of motivational speaking to company, I always feel like England and France are two best component to be playing the best game ever. But there is always differences, and that is the lesson learned from that experience.
Stick to Rugby, brought to you by Defender.
You had 63 caps playing for France. I've always said if I wasn't Welsh, the other side I'd want to play for is France.
Is that because you had really cool kit?
Yes.
Kit was amazing.
Always had amazing
Well,
kit.
the kit and the jouet. You know what I mean? The brutal up front. You know what I mean? A pack that can just maul you, and a backline that just wants to play, and somewhere in between that, it all happens on the rugby pitch. They kick their shit out of you, but then they want to play, score tries as well. Being a young man going into that environment, how did you find it? Because everybody's story is different. When you got that first call up, what did it feel like?
But listen, it was very emotional because, my generation is a generation who get this Italy in the Six Nations because I was lucky enough to play the University World Cup, and we won it against South Africa. And from that moment, I was on the paper of the French team sheet, and I get called in 1997 for my first cap. I was on the bench playing the friendly game against Italy in Grenoble. 3 days before I was turned 23, and we lost against Italy. I was on the bench, entered to the game, was really happy because it was when you enter in less than a minute, or you got selected, you're capped. Yeah. So, but at the same time, I was having a frustration because we lost against Italy, and it took me 3 years to come back to the French team because that team who lost.
You were part of that team.
Yeah, they're all together. Okay, you think about your game and come back. So,
Shall I cheer you up? My first game for Wales, I lost against Canada.
No.
So I just thought I'd cheer you up there. So it wasn't so bad to lose against Italy.
yeah, but it took me 3 years.
Yeah.
Imagine 3 years to
Frustration.
get back to the French team. So in 2000, Bernard Laporte was the manager. So it took me back, and
How old were you? How old were you then?
24.
Wow.
24 or 25. Yeah. And my second cap actually was against you.
Yeah,
In 2000.
in Cardiff.
Yeah, 3 years after, I played my second cap against you in Cardiff.
Yeah, and I've just realised that in 2002 you were the one. I could flip this. I won the championship in 2002 because I didn't score the try and they
For
won
France.
it. So really,
You were man of the match.
I was their player of the season.
Just a giver, Scott.
I was. I can't help it. I've won
killed dreams, you make streams.
I've won championships for England. I've won championships for France. I let Samoa beat us in the World Cup. But I give the match-winning pass
That's you, that
to
is.
their outside half. Come on, come on.
You know what? It was always frightening when you were playing with your brother. And in Cardiff, that was, oh my goodness, with the roof closed. Every time he was carrying the ball, you can hear the sound of the people cheering for the Wales team, and you get frightened. You know, I'm still having.
You know why they were cheering? He's caught it! Yay!
That was something. Yeah,
140 kilos of buffalo running at you.
You were a great defender, like you were a great tackler, amongst other things. You were awesome. But was there one person or a player that you thought, when he ran hard at you, thought, ooh, that hurts, that's hard?
This is the type of player I have to stop. So I think when he carried the ball, you have to tackle him. You stand up quickly to take the next one, which was his brother.
You've got to dodge your forearm first. You've got to miss that first.
Yeah, but I always try to get low. That's why my ankle was my target, not upper body, because I'm tiny. So I have to adapt my physicality with these guys. So it was a challenge all the time, but a nice challenge.
I remember you targeting Jonny Wilkinson's ankles.
Yeah, but don't talk to me about that, because Jonny was like a footballer these days, lying on the floor for 5 minutes before stand-up to finish the game. Oh my goodness.
Is it just,
Don't talk to me about that, please.
Are you still angry?
No, I'm not
Because
angry
it was
at
your
all.
job to nullify Johnny.
No,
you obviously didn't do a very good job, did you?
I'm not angry at all.
You sound it. Your voice has changed.
I'm glad we laughed. I thought it was going to be a moment.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So that game, the specific game where Clive Woodward said he just came out and that's all he did was go for Jonny Wilkinson, was obviously we've all sat in there and your coach has said, they're number 10, he's your man, and you went, thank you very much. And what was the chat before that game?
Listen, there is no chat about it, because you know what? After your game in 2000, what happened is that was my third test, the crunch in Paris.
Le crunch. I love that.
Le crunch in Paris, and I was so amazed about the context, and I was focused on playing the game. And unfortunately, I was so focused then I didn't listen to the referee. And on my third cap, I didn't listen to the referee because the scrum cap. And
that's why.
I entered the game. The game was very tough. I entered the game. There had 10 minutes to go. I get sin bin. After 1 minute and 30 seconds, I get sin bin.
What for?
For not listening to the referee. That's too bad, because I think there were other players. And we lost the game. And Bernard Laporte says Serge Betsen never play again for France.
Oh.
That was my starting point. So
because you were in the game, weren't you? You were in the game and you were bought on.
Yeah. We were.
To go to next, you were getting momentum.
Yeah, exactly.
This donut came on, went off again. By the time he come on, he walked off.
Yeah, and that was the lesson, and it took me.
In fact, I think I remember you saying to the referee, "It's because of my scrum cap."
And the two cotton buds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did you feel like when Bernard Laporte said that?
I was
just devastated.
No, he did listen to it because he had his head guard on.
I was devastated. It was really.
Did you go to talk to him?
No, at all. Because you know what it's like when you're a manager, you lost the game.
You say things.
Yeah. Press conference, you have to respond. So the only thing to say, Serge, was the.
So he said that in the press conference.
Yeah.
Never play again.
Yeah. And that was, a high-level sport is about if the coach or manager said that to you, you never come again.
Yeah.
That was the reality, and I didn't get picked for the next game, and the Six Nations finished for me. 2000 was that. And I have to reinvent myself. I have to do something. I have to, and lucky enough, I did PE. I did university. I did PE university. So I knew about psychology, etc. And I went on a walk with a mental coach, which has helped me a lot to be, let's say, not be so emotional when it comes to prepare the game. Trying to be focused, trying to channel your energy, etc. So that's what I did afterwards, because at the end of the day, people, when I came back to home saying, okay, Bernard Laporte says shit thing about you, but you're great. And I say, no, you're right. I missed something because I made a mistake and we lost the game. It's my fault. Yeah. So I have to take it.
Took ownership of your decision.
Exactly. So I've learned through that, and it took me a year and a half to come back. Yeah. And luckily, he picked me back.
I've got to be honest with you, I'm absolutely devastated because if you weren't there, they scored that try.
There it is. That's true. It's true.
So do you think you doing sports science in university, actually, and then speaking to a psychologist, you probably wouldn't have spoken to a psychologist unless you were doing that course, because in 2000 that was very innovative, isn't it? You know what I mean? Nobody was speaking to psychologists and everything around the 2000 mark. So really, that was before your time. You doing that?
Yeah, definitely, and I have to say, I was lucky enough to be open-minded, literally.
I was just about to say, I think what that says is more about Serge than anyone else, because you can take that and actually go back to your club and sulk and not do anything about it. But Serge, being the person that he is, decided to do something about it and be proactive. And I think that is just an amazing, an amazing advert, for all of us.
Yeah, but it's funny because when I joined you guys at Wasps, most of the guys knew about psychology already. Most of the guys was going to do a speed session outside the club. So that type of mentality, I think you have it all in the way, because you already do a lot.
Just because we're more aware of it.
Yeah, aware of that. And also you won the World Cup in 2003, etc. So that mentality, I found that easy to talk about it here than when I was back in France. So
because you almost alienated yourself if you were to talk
sometimes,
like that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's still the case today. There's a lot of people who don't really talk about that. I don't know what you feel in Wales, and that is for me the beauty of what we can do to change our mind, to change our brain, and to work hard to be what you want to be, an elite player or an elite athlete.
Who are the people around you, maybe at Biarritz at the time, or in the French national side? Who are the people around you when Bernard Laporte says that? Were there people around you coming around you and say, "Dory, we got your back"?
Yeah, listen, I think the players in general respected me a lot, and they always was supporting me. And to be fair, it was tough because I had to get a yellow card in 2003, so the semi-final, which was tougher because at the end of the day, what you dream of something, you don't have it, and the player never talk bad about me. They respect, but at the same time, I was so guilty because I wanted.
Right. That was at the back through the line out, didn't you?
Yes,
that was me.
Scored the first.
That was not my fault, but I had a lot to do with it.
I scored the first try, but we don't talk about it.
It was a good try, though.
False hope, was it? False
so
hope.
then, it's what it is. But I think the most important thing is how can you reinvent yourself to be who you want to be on the pitch, and that's what the lesson I think for me about rugby.
Stick to Rugby is brought to you by Defender.
You talk about World Cups, you talk about 03 World Cup, 07 World Cup, the 07 one being at home. What was the pressure like for that? Which one probably took the most to get over, the longest to get over?
But listen, I think 2007 was the next step of the 2003, and we want. Definitely, I thought, okay, in France we're going to win it. I'm going to retire, and I'm going to go on the sun, enjoy life. When you dream of something, you need to plan it. And unfortunately, the lesson was very tough because the first opening game in Paris, we lost against Argentina.
Yeah.
And that was just, the dream just stopped. But we managed to, and I was lucky that I captained France 3 times for that World Cup, and we managed to do something very special against the All Blacks.
Yeah.
But it came down to what I can bring to the team, what I can, as a leader, can take to the team in order to be successful, and luckily we managed to score an amazing try with one of my best referee ever, Wayne Barnes, England referee. I love him for that. I'm joking.
We guessed that.
But I think we did something very special, the quarterfinal, but the semi-final
So if you
we
had to
didn't.
bring, I was going to say, if you had to bring that on to the current French team, the experience that they had at World Cup at home, where do you think this French team sits at the moment?
I think I've got the frustration of the quarterfinal against South Africa in 2023, which is unfortunate, but we should be in the semi-final and maybe elsewhere. But overall, I think France rugby is doing well, but not enough to win the World Cup yet. And I hopefully in the next 2 years we will have to improve something.
So what do you think they've got to do then to get to that level?
But I think they need to be very smart. We managed to win the gold medal in the Olympics at sevens. That means that we've got the potential to really do well. And the consistency in France is always our big issue. So we need to mentally be tougher. We technically we are amazing.
You've got the players.
We got the players, and the players need to get to be coached the way forward. And one of them is we talk a lot about the number of matches each of French player plays. It's horrendous. Yeah. You cannot sustain that way. And I think one of the area of improvement is how well look after the player to play and be effective. You see, we're going to talk about women's. You see the way England look after the women's teams as a professional teams. France is still far behind. That is, for me, the way forward.
So do you think that maybe the detriment to the national squad is the fact that the top French leagues, the top 14, they're so strong, they're so powerful. You know, the strength and depth that they have in those leagues, it's almost, you watch it every week and it is brutal. Do you think that affects the national side?
Of course, that definitely affects the national side, but there is some arrangement, some protocol of a player playing or not playing, or resting or no resting, and that is, for me, overall, it's like a national treasure of how can we together get together and save some time and matches for the player to be focused at their best, and that is, for me, the question.
If you had a magic wand, what would be perfect for you? This is for the French national team.
When I arrived at Wasps, I was 35, and our fitness coach knew that as a 35, I need to be coached different way. I learned that in one season you cannot do more than 35 games. Yeah. That is the reality of the body.
35?
It's impressive.
Give me 20, that's plenty.
Yeah. So for a prop, it's maybe 20 games, and that is the fact of the physicality you can sustain. And that is, for me, the way forward. If I have a magic wood, you said, I will say, don't play more than 15 games a year.
For your club?
For you? No, for the whole year.
Okay. Who do you think you are? An Irishman?
Yeah. exactly. That's the point. You do like Ireland.
But if you're a fan, if I was a fan in France, watch a game, you want to see your stars playing, don't you, on a weekly basis?
Yeah, you see see them play. For me, a good example is Toulouse. Toulouse, they keep putting players forward, but they're always trying to protect the star. They try to make sure some of the youngest are going to be filling in. So it's about the balance. So far, I think most of the coaches are focused on playing the players, whatever matches they're going to be playing, while you can have the control of your staff, your control of your player, your younger player, etc. And I think on that, there is one or two team who can have that idea, but most of the time it's very old management, I think, in mindset. And it's funny because Fabien Galtier had that kind of amazing outcome because he couldn't take the senior national team to the tour, but every summer they got younger who come on tour and get better. Yeah. So Biel-Barré, for example, is just 22. That's, for me, the way forward. Then that gives you the opportunity to build talent and to make them progress.
Very similar almost to England in the summer with Argentina, and actually the rugby they played, they were awesome.
So why? Because they were going to Lions. So you need to have that kind of window where, for example, New Zealand, Dan Carter used to go to Japan or France for a year, sabbatical, and that is, for me, the way forward to protect the health of the players.
I just wonder with France now, I look at them and I think they're a little bit like Ireland in a way. That, rugby comes in cycles with players, and they've got a great sort of 30 base players now for France. Similar with Ireland, and you just think it's got to be now or never. The next World Cup in 2027.
Definitely.
I thought 2023 was probably their best chance. Those players will still be fit for 2027, but you just wonder what's coming up next, because you'll lose a lot of your top players after that. So no pressure.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah.
So we've just had rugby.
Sorry, just quickly. All the talk about Lions in the summer was saying they've got to go and tour France.
Okay.
They've already, there was a lot of people talking, are Australia, and in fact, Australia, I thought they were brilliant in the summer. What would that mean to a French national side and the club side if the Lion side would go there?
Would they understand it? Would the French?
But listen, I think the French community people are very not aware of what Lions is about, and it's fun because I really understood it when I joined Wasps. Actually, in 2007, 2008, since 2008, Sir Mike Gigan was our coach, and he was coaching the Lions, and I found something very special. On the Wednesday, there was the announcement of the team. Everything stopped at the club. That was something mind-blowing. It was so special. And I understand it, coming to us and being at us, but before that, we don't really, let's say, care because it's not in our
not a part
DNA.
of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I saw that intensity in. I remember Josh Lucy. Unfortunately, we couldn't get picked, and he did all the sacrifice for the season, and he didn't get picked. It was so disappointed, and yeah.
Every Clyde.
And party time.
He got up Everest, didn't he? Oh no.
And yeah, you went on tour. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was so special, and yeah, I think it's for France. I think it would be a great success if we can play against the Lions one day, hopefully.
So we've just had Rugby World Cup ladies
Yes.
here in the UK. How was that received in France?
Amazing, very, very crowded. A lot of TV. TF1 was the TV right for the World Cup.
That's mainstream, isn't
yes.
it?
Yeah, that was amazing. 4.6 million viewers for the final. That's amazing, and to see this Twickenham full of in the stadium, that was amazing. I was lucky enough to because Gaël Mignot. The story is Gaël Mignot, who are the head coach of the women's.
Did you play at Richmond at the same time she was there?
Yeah, I didn't play, but the funny thing, I was in London. And she worked for me because I've got a company after school activities, and she was coaching for me, and I discovered her in London actually, and she decided when before the first game she invited me to handle shirts for the women's.
Oh, brilliant!
And I went down to Leicester. I was really pleased to be there supporting the girls. Like I said, my experience starting rugby was the girl who teach me the tackle. So I always support the girls. It's so important.
But you also, your daughter plays, doesn't she?
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
What position is she?
She used to play centre.
Yeah.
What does she play now?
You've had a word, have you?
What does she play now?
She's number 6.
Yeah.
She play back row and she's enjoying it.
Does she tackle like a dad?
Oh my goodness! It's funny because I never thought that she will be playing ball sports.
Yeah.
And she's amazing because I never ever teach her anything, and she's really good. Really good. Very
nice.
proud of her.
Yeah.
And we support her as much as we can. And
She need
now
a club?
she's going to. No, she trained pre-season for Saracen.
Oh, Sailor's available. Manchester's a great place.
Yeah.
We can chat after.
Okay. And now she plays for
Could you just sign
Richmond.
this?
Yeah. Anyway, got a pen.
Yeah, I will talk to you afterward. Thank you very much.
Before we get you on to the last bit now, just talk us through. In 2017, you get awarded Légion d'Honneur. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, for charity work. So Explain what that is and why you received such a brilliant
honour.
award.
It's funny because it's Légion d'honneur in France is like a MB.
It's one of the highest
Yes.
accolades you can
We
get.
dressed you up, didn't we, with a crown and a cape in La Manga at the golf.
Yeah, it's
the
true,
golf
it's true.
trip when he got awarded it, and he wore it the whole trip. You didn't take it off, did you? You had the crown on for 4 days.
Yeah, that's a celebration afterwards. But yeah, it's something I never expect in my life, and to be recognized that the work I do here actually, I support a lot of the French school through rugby activities, and also my charity in Cameroon and Mali. It's literally, like I said earlier, it's about what rugby brought to us and how can I give back to the community, and I love the community work we do here in West London, and it's great because I always say that one in your life you have to play rugby, boy and girl. There is no matter whatever thing you are, you need to play rugby at least once in your lifetime because rugby can bring you something different. And I always feel like every time I see a kid, I travel a lot. Every time I see any kid, I want him to give him a rugby ball in hands. That's why I've got.
Honestly, let me do this. Look, I'm frightened to do this, right? Because every time Serge sees me with a ball in my hand, he's tackling me. So I do. Don't be surprised if I come back through you.
That's your fee for today,
That's
Serge.
fabulous, isn't it? Look at that.
So yeah, it's part of. It's part of something
So
I'm really exciting to. But overall, is to say that rugby ball would change my life. I want it to change the life of every single kid in the world, which is why I'm so inspired and I'm so engaged on those different things.
So where could be, if people want to have a look at the charities that you're doing, and have a look at these, where can they find?
But this is not a charity anymore. This is a really business. The company called Le Ballon Responsable, the responsible ball.
Yeah.
The idea is to say rugby, as a people, we need also to be engaged on saving the planet. These balls are made of plastic, and we need to save by recycling them. And the best way to recycle a rugby ball, which is not unplayable, is to do something like this. I think
Pump it up at home, do you?
You
pump it
don't
up?
need
No?
to. You don't need
Okay.
to. You don't need to.
Tell you what,
They're getting worse.
There's a lot of cash in there.
No, it's.
So going back to the charity, if people want to check out the charity, is there a website or?
A charity website, yes, sergebetsenacademy.org. It's a website of the charity. And leballonresponsable.org. No, ballonresponsable.com, sorry.
Okay.
Fab.
Check them out.
there.
Check them
them
out.
out. Before we let you go, we've got another quiz. I don't know how
No.
much- Yeah, this one's,
So good at the first
this
one.
one's easier though.
Yeah?
Easier. Okay. So
Thank
it's
you.
basically either or. So I'm going to give you two statements and you've basically got to pick one. So the first one is match save and tackle or match winning try.
Of course, 7 tackles.
Yeah, I've been there.
Sing or dance.
Oh my
They're a bit
goodness.
random, sorry.
Dance. I used to love dancing for hours.
Who knew?
Yeah. But it's funny because I didn't
What
see
kind of
you a
dance?
lot. I didn't see you a lot on the dance floor, but I remember Simon Shozy on the dance floor. Wow. How do you say 2 4?
Yeah, 2 meters high in there.
Yeah, and the dance floor was incredible, and I love him. I love being in him. Yeah, it's such a nice guy, and I love him, seeing him outside the pitch and seeing dancing like he used to.
Like no one's watching.
Literally.
Yeah.
You like that?
It's
Underdog or favourite?
underdog,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course. Early morning or lay-in?
Early morning.
Gym or pitch training?
No, gym.
Gym. Rugby with or rugby without technology?
With, of course, I work a little bit on the mouthguard stuff, and it's definitely, we need to protect the players. We need to bring a lot of technology to help players to grow, and we don't want our game to disappear. We want to see a new star coming.
Nice. And then the final one, the city or the countryside?
Countryside is my favorite, but we need a city to get cash.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute
Thank you.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.